Percentages. Warm-up time. Mom, what percentage of my homework have you completed so far? Learning time. Percentages. When we say percent, we are really saying per 100. 1% means 1 per 100. 1% of this line is shaded green. It is very small, isn't it? Examples. 50% means 50 per 100. 50% of this box is green. 25% means 25 per 100. 25% of this box is green. 100% means all. Example, 100% of 80 is 100 by 100 into 80 is equal to 80. 50% means half. Example, 50% of 80 is 50 by 100 into 80 is equal to 40. 5% means 5 by 100. Example, 5% of 80 is 5 by 100 into 80 is equal to 4. A percent can also be expressed as a decimal or a fraction. A half can be written as a percentage 50%, as a decimal 0.5, as a fraction 1 by 2. Some worked examples. Example, calculate 25% of 80. 25% is equal to 25 by 100 and 25 by 100 into 80 is equal to 20. So 25% of 80 is 20. Example, 15% of 200 apples were bad. How many apples were bad? 15% is equal to 15 by 100 and 15 by 100 into 200 is equal to 15 into 200 by 100 is equal to 15 into 2 is equal to 30 apples. 30 apples were bad. Example, if only 10 of 200 apples were bad, what percent is that? As a fraction, 10 by 200 is equal to 0.05. As a percentage, it is 10 by 200 into 100 is equal to 5%. 5% of those apples were bad. Thinking skills. Therefore, to convert a fraction into a percentage, find an equivalent fraction with denominator is equal to 100. Activity 1. Write as percentages. Converting percentages into fractions. To convert a percent to a fraction, follow these steps. Step 1. Write down the percent divided by 100. Step 2. If the percent is not a whole number, then multiply both top and bottom by 10 for every number after the decimal point. For example, if there is one number after the decimal, then use 10. If there are 2, then use 100, etc. Step 3. Simplify or reduce the fraction. Example, express 11% as a fraction. Step 1. Write down 11 by 100. Step 2. The percent is a whole number. Go straight to step 3. Step 3. The fraction cannot be simplified further. Answer is 11 by 100. Activity 2. Express as fractions. Expressing percentages as decimals. Just move the decimal point 2 places to the left and remove the percentage sign. Converting from percent to decimal. Percent means per 100. So 50% means 50 per 100. Or simply 50 by 100. If you divide 50 by 100, you get 0.5, a decimal number. So, to convert from percent to decimal, divide by 100 and remove the percent sign. The easy way. The easy way to divide by 100 is to remove the decimal point 2 places to the left. So, from percent 75% to decimal 0.75. Move the decimal point 2 places to the left and remove the percent sign. Example, convert 8.5% to decimal. Move the decimal point 2 places to the left. 8.5, 0.85, 0.085. Answer: 8.5% is equal to 0.085. Activity 3. Express as decimals. Expressing decimals as percentages. Quick method. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right and add a percent sign. Example, convert 0.35 to percent. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 0.35, 3.5, 35. Add a percent sign. 35%. Answer: 0.35 is equal to 35%. Converting from decimal to percent. In this box, 50 of the 100 squares are green. So, 50 by 100 or 0.5 of the box is green. Percentage means per 100. So, 50% of the box is green. So 0.5, a decimal number, is equal to 50%. The percent sign tells you that there is a hidden by 100 there. To convert from decimal to percentage, multiply the decimal by 100. But remember to put the percent sign so people know it is per 100. The easy way. The easy way to multiply by 100 is to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So, from decimal 0.125 to percentage 12.5%. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right and add the percent sign. Example, convert 0.68 to percent. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 0.68, 6.8, 68. Answer: 0.68 is equal to 68%. You may also need to add zeros on the right in order to move the decimal point. Example, convert 1.2 to percent. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1.2, 12, 120. Answer: 1.2 is equal to 120%. Activity 4. Express as percentages. 0.25, 0.45, 0.05, 0.45, 0.56, 0.95, 0.49, 0.123, 0.345, 1.5, 0.632. Finding percentage of a number. Example, find 20% of 50 and 16% of 400. 20% of 50 is equal to 20 by 100 into 50 is equal to 10. 16% of 400 is equal to 16 by 100 into 400 is equal to 64. Activity 5. Find. Word problems. Example, Mary has a... Activity 5. Find. Word problems. Example, Mary has a monthly salary of 1,200. She spends rupees 280 per month on food. What percent of her monthly salary does she spend on food? Solution. The part of her salary that is spent on food is rupees 280 out of her monthly salary of rupees 1,200. Percent is equal to part by whole is equal to 280 by 1,200 is equal to 0.23, rounded to 2 decimal places. Multiply and divide 0.23 by 100 to convert into percent. Percent is equal to 0.23 into 100 by 100 is equal to 23 by 100 is equal to 23%. Solve the following sums. A student earned a grade of 80% on a math test that had 20 problems. How many problems on this test did the student answer correctly? Round to the nearest whole number. There are 36 carpenters in a crew. On a certain day, 29 were present. What percent showed up for work? Round to the nearest tenth. A metal bar weighs 8.5 ounces. 93% of the bar is silver. How many ounces of silver are in the bar? Round to the nearest thousandth. A student answered 86 problems on a test correctly and received a grade 98%. How many problems were on the test? If all the problems were worth the same number of points, round to the nearest whole number. Pamela bought an electric drill at 85% of the regular price. She paid rupees 85.75 for the drill. What was the regular price? Round to the nearest cent. Maths lab activity. Find out percentages. 77%. Focus, interest, memory. 85%. Believe color makes it easier to understand charts and graphs. Students believe they could learn more with color copies in. 58% science. 46% social studies. 43% math. 77% of students who use electronic tablets wish handouts were just as colorful. 43% of students get handouts in class every day. A majority have almost no words. 79%. Numbers 82%, pictures 72%, and graphs and charts 69% in color. 42%. Often wish learning was more exciting. 18% of students are often bored in class. Now, answer the following questions. How much percent of people agree color documents boost focus on interest memory? How much percent of people believe color makes it easier to understand charts and graphs? Write the percentages for the following. Learn more with color copies in science, social studies, maths.